Tesla unable to hold on to some early gains, falling for the fourth day in a row. But despite that weakness, one options trader is making a big bet that Tesla can rebound into 2023. And guess who it is? Dan Nathan, sitting right next to me. Dan?
Yeah, I'm not the trader who made the bet, but I get what's going on here. Again, the stock is down, 67% from its all-time highs made just 13 months ago. Total options volume is about 1.3 times average daily volume, and volume in the weekly 140 calls and the 135 puts was just kind of off the charts. But there was one trade that really caught my eye. It was a trader rolling down and out. They had already owned a big block of the January 166.67 calls. They sold 12,500 to close at $3.05, and they used some of the proceeds to buy 12,500 of the February 160 calls, paying $835. That is a net debit of $530, about $6.5 million in premium, and that trade breaks even if Tesla shares on February expiration are above basically 165.30, about 20% from here. And again, this stock has massively underperformed the broad market. It keeps making new lows every day. Even a day like today, when we see a market up 1.5%, this thing can't even close higher. So this trader defining their risk. They had a previous bullish position. They're rolling it down in strikes, but out a little bit in duration, playing for a move back above 165 in the next 2 months.
All right, sorry I mixed that up. You got to remember, I don't write this stuff. Beyonce doesn't write all her stuff.
No,
I'm reading off the
doesn't.
prompter.
Yeah.
All right, Guy, you go ahead and trade it.
Wait, Beyonce doesn't write her own stuff? I mean, I'm sorry. Next thing
Neither
you
do the
tell me there
Stones,
isn't a Santa
neither
Claus.
do the Stones. Let me just give
either.
you.
No, so listen, I think Dan would say you don't press shorts like this with the move we've seen to the downside. In the last couple of days, we've seen some incredible volume in Tesla, which suggests to me at least short-term capitulation. So I actually think the stock, the next 12 to 15% of the stock, I think is going to be higher before it continues its path lower. So I like this trade. I think it probably does pop in the short term.
So, Guy, let me ask you really quick, and either anybody can jump in on this one. The Tesla Model Y, Model 3, available for those tax credits with the Inflation Reduction Act starting in January. How big of a story or a tailwind is this potentially for the stock?
I don't know who's that.
I think
who
Elon and Twitter's a bigger story.
Yeah.
You think so, Karen?
Exactly
Just him
right.
getting out of Twitter, potentially getting
I
a different
do.
CEO?
I mean, yeah, the sentiment around him and the distraction and the provocation, I think that's part of the story. But I agree with Guy and Dan that this is due for a bounce. This has been an enormous downtrend, and even though it may still be in a downtrend, this is just, I think, so bad it's good.